I'm visiting my son Shane in Las Vegas for Christmas, and we were talking, and as I was getting ready to prepare to make different holiday treats, we realized that he's a bachelor and he may not have that many kitchen things that I may need. And we were talking and we realized that I don't need that much. We can improvise. And even some of the things that people think are hard to do, you'd be surprised that you have the materials and the ingredients in your kitchen. And so tonight I'm making a half batch of yeast dough. And I'm going to use half of it to make butterhorn rolls, which is a family tradition, and half to make cinnamon rolls for Christmas morning. And so I have here already 1/4 of a cup of warm water and 1 packet of dry yeast. And it's already dissolved, and I've already put 1 cup of milk and a 1/2 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/2 cup of vegetable shortening, and melted it. And it's still warm, and we're mixing it here with the yeast. Okay, and so we put this back, and we'll add now 2 eggs. All right, and we'll mix this up. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we're going to add 1.5 cups of flour. It doesn't have to be exact because we're just starting off with some flour just to mix it up. Our object is to get this dough to not be very sticky so we can handle it for kneading. So we want to blend all of this in. The first dough roll I'm going to make is the butterhorn for Christmas dinner. I'm making this ahead, even though it's not quite Christmas yet here, just because we thought it'd be worthwhile to have a video like this for family history. It's nice to preserve your family food history. That looks pretty smooth. Now we're going to add another cup. It's nice just to do a cup at a time, and then you can get the exact feel that you need for this dough. Getting this all blended in, it's incorporating. Also, we want to stir it pretty good. If you have a KitchenAid mixer, you can use this. But actually, I like to just use a bowl, and because you can really stay in tune to this dough, you can really tell that that's enough flour. I'm going to put another cup in, and that should be enough where it'll be ready to knead. Once it starts pulling away from the side, which it's starting to do now, you can put it then on a floured board and start kneading. Okay, this looks good. All right, so we're going to add some flour to this cutting board. And we're going to turn this dough out. Like I said, this is only a half a batch, and yet it'll make 2 different types of rolls, enough for a small family, or for a single person then to freeze the extras. Now we want to just gather this dough into a ball where you can handle it, so you can start kneading. Okay. And with kneading, you just take the palm of your hand and push away from yourself while you're incorporating the flour. And then give it, with each push, then you give it a 1/4 of a turn. Let me move this out of the way so you can see a little better. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to knead until this doesn't feel sticky anymore. Instead, it feels soft. And also you can tell it with your hands, you can tell that it's changing. gives you a soft, silky feel, a satiny kind of feel. And once you get it kneaded pretty well, you can even see sometimes some bubbles on the surface of the dough. It doesn't take very long, just takes a couple of minutes, really. This is a tradition in our family. We've been having homemade rolls with holiday dinners and dinners throughout the year for generations. And I've loved having cinnamon rolls on Christmas morning. That's a tradition with my two sons. Okay, looks pretty good. How's that feel? All right, there we go. It's nice and smooth. And then what you do is you put it in a bowl. This is a little oversized, but it'll be fine. Like I said, we're improvising and it's easy. Let me get just a little. We'll use a little vegetable shortening, or you can use a vegetable oil if you have one available. And all you want to do is to rub the dough in it and turn it just so the top is moistened, so it stays moist. Okay, and then we're going to put it over here. So I like to put it just in the back of the stove, just a nice warm spot, and then we put a damp dish towel over it while it rises. It needs to rise for about an hour. We have some dough here that's all ready to go. And the board's ready to go. So first I'm going to roll out some, or cut it in half, and I'm going to make butterhorn rolls first. I'll just cut it in half. Put that one in there. Okay, butterhorn rolls. The shape of butterhorn rolls are like crescent rolls. They're rolled out, and we didn't have a rolling pin, so I'm using Shane's decorative bottle, and we're going to roll it out. It's funny, you can use just anything, a pop bottle, a broom handle, piece of an old broom handle, whatever you might have for a rolling pin if you don't have one. What I'm going to do is just make it a pie crust shaped round. Okay, it looks good. That's good enough. Doesn't have to be exact. All right, and now I'm going to take some butter and spread over it. And the reason we do this on butterhorn rolls, of course, the name butterhorn, but it keeps the center from baking together, and so it's easy to open it up and add a little butter or jam to your roll. Okay, and now we're going to cut it just like in pie wedges. So cross, and then again. Now we're rolling it up. What I do is tuck in the ends a little bit, and then I just roll. And so they look a lot like crescent rolls, but in this country, we actually call it butterhorn, and it's been an American tradition. Now I'm going to put just a little light coat of butter on our baking sheet. Or you can put parchment paper down. Either way. Okay. And then you just roll them all up. After we get these on here, we're going to let it rest and rise for about 20 minutes before we put them in a 400-degree oven to bake until they're golden brown. It's usually about 10 minutes. Okay. All right, there we go. So we'll set them over here. And we covered these with a damp dish towel. Turn that over. All right. Okay, now we're going to do cinnamon rolls, which is really the same technique as far as rolling it out, but we're going to do a rectangular shape for the cinnamon rolls. This bottle's pretty good. It's handy. Okay, you can just pick it up too to form a rectangular shape. Just the weight of the dough will stretch out. And again, like the butter horns, it doesn't have to be exactly. You just make it resemble, just to give it the form, really. Just like a little guideline here. We know that we're going to do a rectangular shape. And the same thing, we're going to spread butter on it. Okay. And you spread butter up to 1/4 of an inch from the edge. Okay, and now I have some brown sugar, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, 1/4 a cup of white sugar, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, and I put in 1 tablespoon of flour because it gives then the sugar some body, so it's more of a filling than just melted sugar in the center. And when you do this, it isn't carved in stone. You can do all brown sugar, you can do white sugar, you can add more cinnamon if you'd like. Whatever you can just do it to taste. Also, some people like raisins in their cinnamon rolls and some don't. You can use golden raisins, dark raisins, currants. You can use craisins in the center, and a lot of people will put nuts in, or make a nut roll, really, a cinnamon nut roll by putting walnuts or pecans in it. I usually take my cinnamon or my raisins and I put boiling water over it to plump them up. But in this case, this brand of raisin is so moist. I put the boiling water and then right away realized that they're so moist, I don't need to do that. They didn't need to be hydrated at all. And so I decided to do our traditional raisins in the center. Also, what I like to do is saute in a pan or microwave some fresh chopped apples and cinnamon, a little allspice, and put those in instead of raisins. And that makes a really nice cinnamon roll. Anyway, so now we're rolling it, and all you do is just roll with little tucks. You just go across and you don't have to do it tightly, just a little securely roll up